Want a reality check? You're not a fucking movie character.
Romanticizing the process is the worst advice I've ever heard, especially if you want to completely destroy your creative work. It makes us feel like the main character in a movie who's destined for greatness. We start comparing ourselves to these drunk, drug-abusive, gambling artists who achieved success no matter what. Well, guess what? That's total bullshit.
For all my life, I thought suffering is the part of creating things. That you can't simply be a successful creator or an artist, that it's obligatory to have a constant mental breakdowns and burnout.
Well, that's not true. A lot of people say it's a continuous battle that you're losing most of the time. So why would we do it if it makes us suffer all the time? It's like being in a very abusive relationship. Well, the truth is, suffering is part of the process, and it's directly connected to romanticizing things. And let me explain why it's a very big mistake. Creating things is the same job as being an accountant or a bus driver. Everyone has a time of burnout, when they can't even physically get up and do their thing. I always feel like I want to smash my camera and break my laptop during these times. It feels like shit. I feel like hell, low-grade misery pervades everything. You are bored, restless, you can't get no satisfaction. There is guilt, but you can't put your finger on the source. You feel unloved, disgusted, and you hate yourself. And a lot of people tend to romanticize their work. But if you go this way, you'll very likely end up being broke and misunderstood. For starters, it gives you unrealistic expectations. Romanticizing the process can make you feel that creativity should always feel inspired, effortless, or fun. But when the reality hits and it feels boring, hard, or slow, you start doubting yourself, thinking that you're not truly meant for it. The idea of waiting for the spark or the muse can make it feel like a discipline, but in reality it just kills your creativity completely. But without structure, you produce less, procrastinate more, and have a very shaky creative identity. Some people romanticize suffering for art, the tortured artist's path. And this thing can easily justify toxic work habits, burnout, without realizing that there is a real problem that needs to be healed professionally. We see ourselves as another Kurt Cobain, Elvis Presley, or Jimi Hendrix. We suffer a lot, but the thing that we're gonna produce is gonna be so big that the entire world gonna shake. Well, guess what? It's not about how addicted to substances you are, but how self-organized you are. And the main problem is when you think that the process should look romantic, like drinking coffees in the morning or thinking about something on the bench during the golden hour, you start performing creativity rather than doing it. This can make you feel like you're failing the process if it looks messy or you can't post about it on Instagram.
Plus, let's be honest. Every creator wants to make money from their creations. Romanticizing art often includes ignoring money, deadlines, clients' feedback, or anything else related to making a good business out of it. So you're getting too obsessed with this creative image, the image of this genius artist. You're waiting for everyone to acknowledge your talent. Your ego is extremely fucking high in an unhealthy way. This sets you up for frustration because the real business world doesn't align with your authentic, idolized vision. Any form of art is work. It's the same 9-to-5 job, which requires you to be more disciplined, self-organized, and self-reflective. Romanticizing all these things is the complete opposite of becoming something great. And we gotta admit, guys, discipline is the #1 thing you should train if you want to become the greatest. I don't say you should become another David Goggins. There are plenty of pros who were drug addicts, alcoholics, gamblers, gamers, but it didn't stop them from becoming successful. This was their purpose, something they were meant to do no matter what problems they had in their life. And the same thing applies to each of us. If you are a corn addict, it's fine. Just don't let it distract you from your craft. Don't take it as an excuse to not do the work. And I'm not saying you should stay 100% focused, avoiding any minor distraction. What I'm saying is, even if you get distracted, you'll still come back to it. It really bothers you that you got seduced by this new game update, but you still want to fix it. You want to get back to work. Not because David Goggins said that, but because there is some magical connection that attracts you back to it. There are hundreds of examples of these misunderstood geniuses who achieved success. But no one talks about thousands of those who didn't even make their name. They wrote poems, music, made movies, but all of this stuff is on the top dusty shelf. Or they took it to their grave. And some of this work is really great. It could have been a new masterpiece. But we'll never find out about it. Romanticizing the process is extremely dangerous and damaging for artists and creators.
I said this sentence 3 months ago. That's how long it took me to continue recording this video.
You can already see I got my mustache grown by this time.
I am proud of that it took me so long to continue this video, but as you can see, like a real pro, I still got back to it. Before we go any further, I just want to give a huge fucking respect to everyone who's watching my videos, to everyone who's been commenting and liking and doing all this shit to support me. Guys, I super appreciate that. You can't believe how much of support this is for me. And it makes me feel good because I know I'm not just wasting someone's time. Because people texting me, people telling me that this is good, that it helps them, and it's really nice. But I gotta go in different direction. You see, that's what creative people do. And you shouldn't be afraid to do that. So making cool shit, being this creative guy with unique fucking vision, it's not only about suffering. Suffering is sort of a compass which tells you to change something in your life. Apart from that, it's an enormous discipline, a continuous experiment and growth, the audacity to try and fail but take it as a real professional, and continuous growth to make the things you're doing better every time. Love you all, guys. Bye.